During my time in India, the guru would often approach the same topic from different angles. So it could be a very simple concept or a concept that took a lot of reflection. This is one of the ways that reflection is encouraged by approaching the same idea or the same concept from various angles. It kind of forces you to think about it in a different way. It would be like trying to describe to someone how to get to your house. So, depending on where they're coming from, you could or you would describe it in different ways. If they're coming from down the street, you just tell them how many houses to pass, and then you give them maybe the number or the color of your house, and that should be enough. But if a person is unfamiliar with your area, say they're coming from the next town over, you might need to describe more about how to get to your house. So maybe you'd say you drive to the main street and then you take a left turn after the bank, and then you'll see my house on the right side just after the red fence or whatever. If someone's coming from farther away or from a different approach angle, say they're flying in, say they have a helicopter, you have an emergency and there's a person who needs to be airlifted to a hospital, you might describe the approach differently. You might say, look for a big lake and then travel westward until you see the big school building, and then travel northward about a quarter of a mile and look for a road that has no cars parked on it or something. You'd have to describe it in a different way. If someone's approaching from a different way, then you need to explain it differently. If they are arriving by train, you might give them different directions on which train stop to transfer on at, or which train stop to get off on, where to get off the train, and then how to get to your house either by walking or by taxi or whatever it may be. So the same the same result, the same destination needs to be explained from different approaches to help people who are approaching from different angles. Now, spiritual development or self-development or self-improvement is a very unique path. In other words, each of us comes to it from a different angle, from a different approach. We each see things differently. We each experience the same, or what we would consider the same things differently, because you're approaching from a different angle. So any decent spiritual teacher will try and give direction from different points of view, from different angles, from different approaches. So no matter where you're coming from, where you're starting out from in life, hopefully you find an approach angle or directions for your particular angle of approach. Because we each approach spirituality and self-development, self-improvement differently, based on our backgrounds. So to help every person or every approach direction, you might give different directions. And then there are some directions that are given for people who might have been on the right track, but somehow gotten stuck or gotten sidetracked on something else. So you'd give recalibrated directions based on their current angle of approach, how to get themselves out of whatever parking lot they're in or whatever, and then get them to head over in your direction. So reflection is encouraged by this diverse way of putting things, by the different perspectives that are catered to. And that way, even the same person might be able to get back on track by approaching it from a different perspective. So I would encourage any of you who are interested in self-development, self-improvement, and spiritual development to try and look at the same things from different angles, and to not dismiss the same topic when it comes up again, because you might hear something that recalibrates your direction so that you get to your goal sooner.